I'm Clarice. Hi from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Oh, I should check if it's live. Yes, it's live. Woo! Last day of the year. Wow. 2021. What was that? So, welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm going to be doing some channeling for the collective. Picking some cards out. Channeling whatever messages, whatever message. Maybe the guides have got an end of a year message for us. I don't know. Don't know what they're going to go on about, but we'll see. And I'm also going to be doing mini reads as well. So if you're interested in a mini read, check out the pinned comment, the comment that's pinned up top of the live chat, and that tells you how to do it. It's by donation. There's a PayPal link in there. That's my preferred method, but you can use Super Chat or Super Sticker if you like as well, if it's easier for you in YouTube here. Now, if you've got a question for your higher self, or even if you want general guidance, put a capital Q at the start of your comment with it in, just so that I can find it easily amongst all of the chit-chat comments. Hey, Connie. Hey, Maria. So let's get some cards out. I've got my new shelf, so I'm a little bit more organized now. Fits perfectly on the table. Well, kind of perfectly. There's a little bit of overhang. A millimeter either side. Hey, Jennifer. But yeah, I like it. I like it. I just have to be careful because the tarot decks are a little bit taller. Like, these decks are okay. These are like lower, but these tarot got too many cards in them, so I can't shove them back because then they fall out the other end, and it's done that already on me. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Jamie. Good morning. Is everyone ready for the party? I had a good sleep last night. That's good preparation to start things. They had a bit of a party by the pool last night out here. Didn't go late though. It finished at about 10. I would usually be asleep before that, but I didn't because I remember hearing when it stopped. Hey, Kelly. Whoa, well, there you go. Some cards at last. I thought I'd be shuffling forever. What have we got today? The Garden of the Night. Oh no, we don't want that. Or maybe it's talking about the year. Has it been a dark night of the soul year? Kind of. It's been a lot of inner work, hasn't it? Not a lot of external stuff. A whole lot of waiting. I think maybe the guys are going to talk about the year that we've had. Hi, Emma. Garden of the Night. To me, this is the Dark Night of the Soul card. It's been a year that has certainly had us going inwards and doing that inner work for sure. I think 2020 was like the preparation for that. It was like us getting over ourselves, really. All the lockdown and stuff like that, everyone had a reaction to it. There's some people that are still in that and haven't got the lessons from it, haven't reaped the benefits of it. There's still some that are pretending it's not even true. But yeah, I think we were preparing in 2020 to be in a more restricted time, less external stuff going on, so that we go within, so that we sort ourselves out. And then this year has been kind of really full on in that way. Let's get another card out. So, Dark Night of the Soul, huh? Keep them coming in. Thank you for those donations, Emma and Carrie. Get some cards out for the collective, and then I'll do your... Going to St. Justin Rosalind Festival of Lights in Cornwall tonight. Oh, nice. I won't have time to look at that. I have got a full day today. Like, seriously, a full day. And there won't be any Facebooking for me. Catalyst. Ooh, it's been a catalyst for what? For what's to come. 2021, the catalyst for what's to come, huh? Oh, I've got such a full day today. It's ridiculous. In fact, I was going to say at the start of this might just be an hour-long show because I've got so much to do today. So much. I should have set my private reading count to 0. But then it was 0, you see, and then people were going, "No, I can't book in." And so I put some there, and now I've got readings to do, and I don't have time to do it. I've got videos to do. I'm going to have to publish the next 7 days read shortly after I've done it, because I don't have time this evening to do it. It's just going to be a full-on day for me today. But I'm ready for it. I'm up for it. I had a good sleep. I'm ready. So let's do some of these minis then. Emma, love life guidance for you. Love life. Where's my cards? There's a card on the floor. Is make a wish. I won't be doing that today. Oh, well, maybe we will. I had a weird dream last night. All my exes, well, all my significant exes, all my long-term exes, they're all together, and apparently I had to make a choice. Which one did I want? I didn't want any of them, and I was. Some of them were really annoying as well. Some of them were just so sure that I was going to choose them, and I didn't want any of them. What a bizarre dream. I was just doing my own thing, and I was kind of being ringleader of them all because they were all kind of hanging around together. And I just had to organize them all, and I'm like, this is just all of those relationships magnified. I ain't looking after any of them. I'm not. And so what did I do? I got away from them somehow. I can't remember. Was it some place by the water? I don't know. Emma, love life for you. Love life for Emma. What's going on? Who am I? Soften and open. Oh, you're finding out who you are. Sometimes we bring people into our lives and they show us we think, oh, this is great. This is my soulmate. I'm going to have a great relationship with them. But what they're actually coming into our lives for is to show us a part of ourselves, to show us maybe something that we've forgotten about ourselves, or something that we need to develop in ourselves, that, something that we have within ourselves that we haven't quite developed, or we need reigniting or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know if you've got someone in your life at the moment, but be open to that, It's not like a big game where we've got to find our twin flame or soulmate or something and have a long-term relationship. Why not let ourselves have a richer experience of our relationship journey? Why not let relationships be working for us, kind of thing? Helping us in the whole big life picture kind of thing. Anyway, relationships are going to be showing you who you are, or are at the moment. Flowing. Yeah, it's a path. It's flowing. Are you aware of that? We get this when we think about work, right? We don't think, this is the job, this is the job, this is it, I'm going to have this forever. We know that we're going to get a job and it's going to teach us things. We're going to progress in it. We're going to get bored of it eventually. And we know it's a progression. It's exactly the same with relationships, but people have this. It's like we've been fooled into this belief that there's a goal in it. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to want a forever relationship, but it's not a game. Relationships aren't a game to try and find that one. It's about getting to know yourself. So beware of that. Beware of that. Emma, not so fast to be locking somebody in. Love life guidance for Carrie as well. Oh, you're all wanting love life guidance today. Be artistic, no worries. What's that got to do with love life? No worries, be artistic. I don't know what that's got to do with your love life, because I would say that's more about work. Being creative. Not worrying about it. Maybe it's not saying don't worry about your love life. Focus on your work. Yeah, okay. this is your love life. This is you. You've got an intuition about someone, and you're kind of not wanting to believe it. It's almost like this is like your intuition's right, but you wanted me to tell you the opposite. You know, like if you see red flags in someone, and then you're like, but I want a reader to tell me they're the one because I'm like done with looking, or something like that. It's your intuition's right anyway. You need to be firmer in your intuition, in believing it, instead of wanting it to be different. Don't want it to be different. You know, we do that, don't we? We especially when we like see red flags in someone, we don't want it to be true. We don't want it to be true, but this is saying like be more, not realistic, but be more honest when you're getting your guidance. Less wishful thinking. You know it already, apparently. And anyway, don't worry about it. Focus on your career. That's what your higher self said. Honestly, sometimes this is what, thank you, Catherine. Sometimes this is what higher selves say when people book in for readings and they want a love reading. And the higher self is like, what are they getting a love reading for? They don't need the help in that. Then they should be focused on their business or whatever. And then I give them like a business reading. Career guidance. There you go, Jamie. I bet you're going to get like, don't worry about career, focus on love. Oh my God. You won't believe this after me saying that. It's kind of that message. But it's not focus on love, of course. It's focus on self-love. So, Jamie. I'm almost going to say the same thing, but about career. But it's... You see, us humans, we have an agenda, right? We think, okay, Spirit, help me out. I need more money, and I want a job, and I want, progression in my career, and I want to be more interested, and I want to take the next step, and all of that. We're seeing it from this human perspective like that. And our higher selves in the universe sees our lives from a holistic kind of a way, of an energy kind of a way. And sometimes it doesn't want us to focus on anything like that, relationships or career or anything like that. It's just like, take a time out. And, we can have, like this year, we can have years, we can have times when not a lot seems to be happening. And we were like, I'm stagnant, I'm stuck. I want to get moving forward. And higher self is like, we want you to be doing the self-loving thing and to be taking this time to yourself and to be really loving and nurturing yourself. And that's going to shift your energy. And then from that shifted energy, then you can get going, then get moving. It's like get aligned first and then get moving. Oh, how do I get aligned? I want to get aligned now. So I know you've got to take some time to get aligned. And sometimes getting aligned is doing the self-love work. It's like giving yourself time to relax. It's so important, and I haven't been doing it lately, and I really need to, because when we push forward and push forward and push forward, that's not a self-loving thing to do. And if we take our foot off that accelerator and put it on the brakes and have some time for ourselves, things tend to get a lot better because we're telling the universe, I'm worth it. I'm worth that personal attention, that rest, that recuperation, that all of that. So there's that. So the clear within is like almost saying, you don't need to focus on it. Work is flowing. There you have it. Work is flowing. You don't need to focus on it. Now, in other words, now is not a time to push ahead with your career or make changes. Use any lag that you've got in it to do the self-love thing. That's going to change your energy the most. And from that point, dream sounds a lot more like a nightmare. Yeah. And from that point of changed energy, it'll become easy then. Maria had a dream last night. You woke up, just knew past trauma still needs healing. Oh wow. A healy kind of dream. Catherine Lynch. Thanks for your donation. Everybody, thanks for your donations. love life guidance for you as well. See if your higher self wants to actually talk about it. It does. Joy and forgive self. Oh, what have you been choosing in your love life? Like me and all my exes and me having to sort them out. It was such a burdensome dream. It's like, oh God, what was I doing with all of them? Oh, it was heavy. And all at once as well. It's like, do you want a whole football team to manage, Claire? No, I don't want any of them. They can sort themselves out. So what have you been choosing here? It's not being joy in relationships. You need to choose joy in relationships. In other words, someone who can make you really happy. This is saying, like, forgive yourself for your past choices. Sometimes we choose burdens before we know better because we've been taught. Your role here as a woman is to support a man, and they're the important ones, and go find someone to love and then love them, and don't expect very much back. How dare you expect very much back from them? They've got enough on the plate. And we get that kind of teaching, and then we go, okay, I'll choose a burden. And then we do, and it's not joy. So forgiving yourself for your choices in the past. Or maybe that's what my dream was about. It was very eye-opening. And then, is this thought useful? And wait. Who are you waiting for? Don't. No. Don't. You're waiting for somebody. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't wait. Because is this thought useful card came out. Don't do it. Don't wait. Don't go backwards. That is not universal guidance, by the way. That is just in this situation for Catherine. There's a lot better. There's a lot more joyful for you ahead. Maria. You're in and out. Jessica. I'm being impatient. Oh, this has been the year of patience, hasn't it? How to heal past trauma, Maria. Being promiscuous. Promiscuous. Oh, I couldn't find the word then either. In your late teens with older men due to childhood abuse. How do you heal that? Oh, it's a biggie. That's a big question for a mini read, Maria. Well, let's give you a head start on it. Let go and flow, and what is it? Resist, persist. Stop judging yourself for it. We've got to accept it first, right? You understand why. You understand that there's the childhood trauma behind it. Yeah, because we lose, don't we? We lose our sexuality when we've been abused as children. We're not in ownership of it anymore. That is taken away from us. That for initial choice. I don't know, because I've experienced it. It's not just like sweet and innocence is gone. There's the whole choice about it. We don't get to. It's almost like, if we think of it like in work, it's instead of like being able to choose what you want to do at school and what you want to study and then what kind of job you want to get into. Imagine that you're just kind of forced in some like a prison system to study a particular thing, and then you've got to do this job. You know, you're forced into it, and it's not what you want to do. It's that it's when it's taken from us like that, it takes all the choice out of it. And at the start, when you're just starting out, especially with sexuality, it just tinges everything, doesn't it? So there's an acceptance that's required first. And I think you do understand that, where it's come from. But yeah, this is saying, like, don't resist it. Don't resist it. Accept it. Let go and flow. Intimacy and nurture self. So here's the real issue, right? It's true intimacy, which isn't sexuality. I mean, sexuality can be a part of it, but it's not a replacement for it. So if you think about the abuse, what were they doing? Well, a lot of it is about control, but some of it could have been like a seeking intimacy, but getting it all wrong, you know, and there's so many men that do that. What they want is intimacy, and what they look for is sex. And if they're not getting that, then they will take control over someone to get it. And if that's children, then that's children. So, but then as a result, you get this, it's almost like you inherit that false sense of intimacy from them. Because there's a part of us that respond to the intimacy that we got from those experiences. There's a part of us that likes it, that wanted that nurturing, that intimacy, even though it was a very poor substitute for it. There was some of that in it. So it's a seeking of intimacy, of really being with someone and being yourself with someone, and that nurturing as well. So yeah, self-love is the answer here. Nurture self. You need to find that intimacy with yourself, really getting to know yourself. It's almost kind of like to deal with this requires you to take a step back from everything and be with yourself in that uncomfortable place, not getting your needs met by anybody else, to face everything that comes up. Big question for a mini read. Anyway, that should set you off in the right direction. Jessica. Kelly. I haven't got a donation from you, Kelly. Did you do it in thingy? PayPal? See if I can find it. No, I haven't received one. It might just be taking its time coming through. What's going on here? I will use it. Oh no, what have I done? Oh God. Oh my God, it's getting worse. What did I do? That's better. You know when like Windows just gets out of control? Did something. It made my email go boom. Okay, so Jessica. Last mini read was about completion and career abundance, the way you make your money. Could use some additional guidance. Okay. What to be focused on? What to be focused on, Jessica? Sorry, I was just really confused then. I thought I'd seen a question, but I didn't. Respect. Facing a situation. Okay. So it's talking about money, abundance. And what I'm getting from this respect. There's some disrespect in you about abundance. It's really prevalent, especially among spiritual folks, of being like really disrespectful about money and people that have it, and the way other people have got it, and what it is that they're putting out in the world. Really disrespectful about that, whilst at the same time often benefiting from what those people have done. This might not be huge. This might, in you, I mean, it might not be that you're like one of those people that just denounce everything as bad. But there's an element of disrespect about abundance. And that, of course, when we do that, it's us telling the universe, I don't want it for myself. You will always find that the people that are denouncing money and people that have money and the way that people have got money that will always not have money because they're pushing it away. Who are we to say about other people's paths? And often, always, the people that have got money have found a way of sharing their gifts with a large audience. It's the only way people get money, and so they've done that. So there's something to face here about some kind of disrespect about abundance. So it's the money work, money mindset work, that kind of stuff. Yeah, forgive them and listen to yourself. Listen to what goes on in your mind. So there might be a little quip, like it might not be really prevalent in your mind, ruminating over it, and those assholes with money. No, it might not be that. It might just be when you notice someone and then there's a little quip in your mind. You listen to your mind and it says, "What a bitch. Rich bitch," or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just like a little comment that happens in your mind. You need to pay attention to that. What was it? My mom's got a lot of that stuff going on. Maybe not so much about money, but about everything else. Oh, I should say some real mean things about everybody, really. And it's all down to her insecurities. But I picked up a lot of that, just the little comments, because it would come out of her mouth, right? Her mind comments would come out of her mouth. And until I'd really addressed all of it and broken free of her completely, of her energy completely, some of those things would come out of my mouth too. Something would happen and then one of these quips would come out of my mouth and I'd be like, when I thought about it, it's like, what? I don't even believe that myself. Some people pulled me up about it. Listening to your mind. No, Kelly, it's up top. It's pinned up top. The link, the how to get a mini read is the comment that's pinned up to the top of the chat. I can copy it again if you can't see it. I can see it. It's right there. Whoop. Here you go. I'll copy it again and I'll paste it. There it is. If you want help in that abundance mindset stuff, it might be worth like enrolling in in a course about it. I mean, I think the best is Denise Duffield Thomas's Lucky Bitch Boot Camp. I think that's what she still calls it. It's really good. So, yeah. Jessica. Okay, let's do some collective stuff and then I'll come back. So keep on bringing those donations in for your mini reads and I'll get around to them soon. Batch them all up along with Kelly's there. Let's get some tarot out. So apparently we've had a tricky year. And it's been a catalyst for what's to come. Okay. Tell us about that, guys. Why did we need to go through this 2021 that we did? I might do a couple more 2022 readings. What are your ideas? That it was very popular. About what's your new chapter in 2022? What are the other questions that you'd like me to do about 2022 in a pick a card read? Because I'll do a few more of them in January. I think it'll be useful. There's the new chapter thing that the guys have been going on about. What else? I could do like a love life in 2022, but are there any like more specific questions about something of your 2022 that you'd like me to do a pick a card read on? Today I'm going to have to make the next 7 days because that needs to be published today. Oh dear, the devil's out first. Llamas. Hey. Dark Night of the Soul and the Devil. 2021. It's not been that bad. It's just been a little bit nothing to me. Yeah, there has been a lot going on. Spellcasting. I need to read her out. Spellcasting. Oh, and that's for me, but I've got a great life. The majority of my healing has been done now. And it's not luck. I was about to say I'm lucky. It's not luck. Oh God, no, it's been a hell of a lot of work. So this is the strength card to make us stronger. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Thanks. Oh, we got COVID on the island again. 2 Westerners have got COVID on the island. Here we go again. Everyone's like praying, do not close. This happened last year too, right at this time. It's like, do not close the bars and the clubs until we've had our New Year's celebrations. You can do it tomorrow. Please do it. And that's what happened last year, and we knew it. We partied hard on New Year because we knew we were about to get locked down again. Oh, imported it. Strength. It doesn't kill us, makes us stronger. And a friend of mine just left the island. She thinks she's going to be back on Monday. She's going to be lucky to get back on. I think we're going to get closed down again. I mean, she's just here for a holiday. She's going to Copenhagen for New Year's celebration. She thinks she's coming back on Monday. She'll be lucky. My trainer, he's taking tomorrow and Sunday off. Well, he always has Sunday off. But he was going to go and see his family. He's like me. He's not been off the island since all of this shebang started. So like 2 years on the island. We're some of the few that haven't been off the island at all. And he was going to go. He's going to go and see family and jump on just like the closest place to here on the mainland. And he's like, I'm not going now. When we heard yesterday, he's like, I might not be able to get back and I've got to be here. Damn it. Hey, Arabella. So strength. Back to the cards. We don't always want what's good for us or for others. Wait. The challenges are controlling our will and on creating positive change. As humans, it seems a part of our lesson on earth is to muster up and properly channel our will. Yeah, it is. And to get that balance right of the letting go, and so we can co-create, not being overly let go and the universe has to direct me and I've got no motivational power, and not being too I've got all the power and I'm not going to use the universe at all. It's that. How to properly channel our will, when to let go, when to take the reins. That is quite something, isn't it? Which sometimes seems too weak or too strong. Yeah. Creating positive change is also difficult. We don't always want what's good for us or for others. Even with the best intentions, we don't. That's why the guys have been going on about codependency so much. We think we're doing the right thing. We think we're creating positive change, and we're not. Anyway. Also, it's not always a simple thing to know what's for the greatest good. Exactly. Managing our will takes practice, discipline, and patience. Dealing with the question of the greatest good is eased by maintaining a close connection with the divine and then trusting it. Yeah, and then trusting it, especially when we've got to close down and shut off and be Queen of Swords. It's like, no, I'm not going to help you. Apparently it's for the greatest good. Once you know how it feels to be in good relationship with the divine, it's easy to recognize when you're not. That sensitivity can be a great compass. So this year has been all about that, mastering ourselves, working in harmony with the divine. It's a skill. It's a real skill to have. So the devil stuff, the negativity stuff, the crap this year has been about that, helping us to get that balance. Morning, Natalie. Particularly knows. What else? Tell us more. It's going to be a shorter show than usual, by the way, everybody. I've got so much to do today. I will tell you about the readings because we've got a full moon. New moon coming up. I'll tell you about them, but I don't want anyone to book in because I've got too much to do. Book in like tomorrow or the day after if you want one of those. New moon reads. 6 of Fire. think we see a lot of this fella. Who is he? He's Saturn. Ooh. Yes. Well, Jupiter's the life of the party. Saturn's reputation is less favourable. Known for challenges, restrictions, and hard work. That's been this year. Saturn's benefits are often overlooked. Yeah, because it's not all like, it's not roses. There's not a bed of roses. But remember, we've got that Catalyst card out, so he's been paving the way for us. It rules our ambitions, goals, careers, achievements, and long-term plans. Oh, that's the waiting thing, isn't it? These are all worthy things that often shape our lives to a significant degree. With achievements comes kudos and recognition, but with Saturn, these are all hard-won. And it's in the winning of them that Saturn's true gifts are given. Our journey toward, I just heard not so fast, it's been a not so fast year. We wanted to rush into something, the universe is, and Saturn is like, not so fast, not so fast. It's going to be much better if you slow right down and you do it right. Our journey toward realizing our ambitions is filled with serious choices. It's like my dream last night, including how, and the one the night before. Oh my God, yes, I didn't do a show yesterday. I had the most frustrating dream. It wasn't a frustrating dream, it was a great dream, but it was the moment that I woke up and I'm like, no, I don't want to wake up now. I don't find out what's going on. I was asked a question, a very significant question by a very significant person in my dream. But he asked it and then he walked away. And then he came back and he was kind of laughing and said, you didn't answer my question yet. And then I woke up and and it frustrated me all day yesterday. I'm like, I tried to get back to sleep and get back into the dream. Last night when I went to bed, I tried to get back into the dream. I wanted to complete that dream and I couldn't. So frustrating. Anyway. Serious choices, and it was about that. It was about a serious choice, including how we deal with authority figures and obstacles. Yeah, there's quite a lot of people that are failing. I felt like deleting a lot of people off my Facebook because when I see it and I just see the crap and the just the anti-sense that is on there, it makes me just want to delete those people. I feel like they're lost. They're just lost. And they're good people too, but they're just lost in this conspiracy theory that's not true, and this is all just lost. We confront structures and restrictions and must determine how we face them, overcome them, or work within them. Through this, we gain experience and wisdom. Life lessons are taught and learned or repeated. Like I said, I was getting that 2020 was like a preparation. It's for us to get over that pedantic, I'm not being locked down, this kind of thing, and actually to relax into it and go, this is a good thing. Reeling ourselves back from the external stuff to focus on the inner. I said it right at the start, especially in Psychic Cafe, right at the start of all of this pandemic. I said it. This is what it's about. It's about going within. We're having things, external stuff, and taken away from us and restrictions because there's inner work to do. 6 of 5 brings a conservative, serious energy. It's serious. Situations must be reviewed and analysed, and decisions made with calculating precision. See, this was about my dream not last night, the one before. It was a very serious question, and the way that he put it to me, it wasn't about him, but it was about a very serious decision in my life. And that decision in my life could then open the door to me and him, but I had to make it and I had to consider it seriously, and I was all day yesterday. No, just kind of going, yeah, I want it, and we've actually got to decide whether we really do and really think about it and analyse it. For what happens now will determine future trends. Much can be won, but not without a cost. You see, the decisions we're making right now, we're going to lock in for 30 to 35 years. It is important. We have to be so clear about it and not just, going to it going, yeah, I really want it. It's like do you want, I'm manifesting $1 million. Yeah, I really want it. And it's like, are you sure? Have you actually thought about that? Like, have you actually thought what that is going to be like? The management of it, what you're going to do with it, the way it's going to change your relationships, the way it's going to change you, the way that you maybe will lack motivation to, follow, to keep on keeping on, following your dreams and stuff like that. Are you sure that that's what you want? A lot of people wish for a big amount of money like that without actually realizing. What we really want is constant increase, really, for us to keep on getting better and better, finding our way, getting more and more joyful, and the abundance to increase. And that's actually what happens. So that's just an example of money, but we can do it in relationships as well. Thinking that we're ready for the big one, to lock it in, and maybe we're not. And maybe you're not healed enough yet. And years ago, I knew that I wasn't ready for a relationship to lock in. I knew I wasn't healed enough yet. But I had some friends going, "Yeah, you want one. Of course you want one." And it's like, no, I don't. Be careful. This year has been about that. Serious questions we've got to ask ourselves. From the wisdom that we've gained, remember. Okay. Bounce. So it's not been too gnarly for me. What's it been like for everyone else? 2021. It's just been a meh year. I mean, there's been a lot of good in it, because I've really got to know Mr. Handsome. It's kind of been good that we've been taking our time to do that. Wheel of Fortune, spinning like I just saw, one of those game show wheels where they've got the pegs on them and there's an arrow and it goes. Wheel of the Year. Wheel of the Year. What is this? I don't want to read the devil out. We know what he's about. Wheel of the Year. Where are you? Here it is. Cool circle of life here. Birth, growth, death. The circle of life. This is about a rite of passage kind of thing. The circle of life. Yeah, birth. What is it? What did I say? Birth, growth, and death. Yeah, but there's cycles within that as well. There's rites of passage. Remember, we've got a new chapter starting, possibly, if we choose it. And when we've got that, there's a rite of passage. There's always something to let go of. I think that's what Saturn said. Things are going to be hard won this time, and you've got to be so sure that you know what you're getting into. But that you really want it, so that you'll do whatever it takes to get there. It's a rite of passage. Lessons, teachings, power, and healing. How we relate to ourselves, others, and deities, in other words, and the universe. That balance that I was talking about before. Strengthening our relationship with the divine and with nature and with ourselves, and attuning to the cycles. Participating, whether on a grand public scale, or smaller personal scale. It's been the smaller personal scale. We help turn the wheel. Heal the imbalances that exist so that the wheel can move smoothly. This is interesting. By not participating, by not connecting with the flow of nature, we're part of the disruption. If we're not doing the inner work, we're part of the disruption. Sometimes we think by doing the inner work, we're part of the solution and we're here to heal everyone. And this is saying the other way around. No, when you're not with the flow, when you're not doing that alignment, you're part of the disruption. You're not some kind of a savior by doing it. You're just becoming healthy. a functional part of the whole. So let's forget about that savior complex. When we lend our will, the strongest form of our energy, to turning the wheel, we connect with the divine in a powerful way. So when we have got that balance between our motivation, our will, what our part in it, and that balance with the divine, and we really are available to do what's for the greater good, which we can't begin to imagine ourselves. We just have to be available to spirit to do it. It's like with my readings. I say what they want me to say. I need to do that and not have a part in it. Like one of the readings that I did yesterday, one of the private readings that I did yesterday, holy crap. Spirit said, like, there's just no way. If someone had come to me for advice with the exact same questions, I would have said the opposite of what Spirit said. It shocked me. It shocked me. I was like, no, don't say this. But I have to say what the cards are telling me. I have, yeah. And it's that. We've all got to be that. Not questioning it. It's almost like that realizing our place kind of thing. Like nobody knows. No one can see the bigger picture. And so we have to trust in that divine connection with that. It's cold. 25 degrees in here. I'm going to go for a little bit longer with these cards. So it really has been a year of us getting aligned and attuned, and negative stuff in the way too, for us to seek that balance and do that inner work. If you haven't been doing it, if you've been trying to get, or just railing against the restrictions or whatever, you've really missed out on the catalyst that this year has been. But if you have been doing the dark night of the soul stuff, then good on you. You've been doing it right. It's become like a fluid, like imagine like the wheel like a cog, and us all being ball bearings in it. And if we're not like smooth and lubricated ball bearings, we are hindering the flow of the wheel. And we all need to be doing that for the wheel to move smoothly. 10 of fire. Putting burdens down. I was doing that in my dream last night for sure. It really hit me, like, because they're all so like needy. They just needed instruction, and I was like, no, I'm not the boss. What the hell? Go away. Sort your own lives out. No, I will not. The stars in the night sky hold so much meaning for humans. We wish upon them. We use them to hold our stories, and we navigate by them. Yeah, whatever. There's some element of fate. Okay, now it's bringing fate into it. There's some element of fate associated with the stars, as if our futures were all written out across the skies, but that's not quite right. The stars are more like a dealer in a game of poker. We're given a hand of cards, and we can play that hand however we like. It's not juxtaposition. So there's a balance between it. Some bits fate, some bits ours. It's an odd juxtaposition. The role of fate simply serves to highlight the necessity of choosing how to respond. It demands us to engage our free will. The 10 of fire indicates that the events in question cannot be changed, that there's a role that must be fulfilled or an action that must be taken. The actions we take in the face of unalterable facts define our nature and shape our character. Shadow side of this card doesn't change the facts of the matter, but instead indicates that we cannot see the stars. We've lost our focus and feel directionless. So a way that we could have tripped up is that, I'm just getting from that, the actions we take in face of unalterable facts defines our nature and shapes our character. Like I said, I'm getting this vibe, like something that I've noticed is some people have got stuck there, stuck in the wanting an opinion as if that's factier than the actual facts of this pandemic and stuff. It's like, no, people are trying to protect you here, and we're all entitled to our own opinions, but we're not entitled to our own facts. We can't make that stuff up, and we don't know better than the experts and the scientists, and you can't dispute the science. So there's an aspect of that in it, but it's also about this balance again. What is our will and what is fate? What is our part in it? Like, where do I need to put my motivation and take control of my life, and where do I need to give it up to spirit? I've got that balance really good now because I'm motivated in my business and everything, but then I know when to hand it over to the guides. Okay, you tell us. You tell me what to say, guides. That's the bit that I leave up. I don't leave the other stuff up to my guides. I don't leave the business stuff up to my guides. I take care of that. That's mine to take care of, right? I get it now. I get what is mine. And I used to get it so wrong before. I used to do like the whole wishing for abundance and stuff like that. But that's on the material plane here. That's my job to do that, to get that stuff done. And so some of you might still be in that kind of stuff, is still doing the wishing and praying for the stuff that's actually yours to take responsibility of. And your higher self in the universe is like, well, that's your job. That's not down to fate. Let me get one more. Not a big ants around at the moment. I think it's because of the rainy season. It rained again yesterday. All the big ants. There's one on the bed right there, right now. All the big ants have been making big piles of dirt outside, in between the pavers outside of my place. And then the staff have been kind of trying to stop them do that. But then when you stop them doing that, they'll start coming in here instead. I'd much rather that they do it out there. Olitha. Well, I don't think I've seen her before. Him? Her? I don't know. Both of them. Oh, she's pregnant. He's got a bunny. I don't think we've seen this one before. I think it says Litha, but who knows? This script is terrible. Let's find them. I've actually not seen this before. After this card and my ramblings, I'll be doing the mini read. So if anyone else wants a mini read, get it in there now, because I'm doing another batch of them. Where are you? What does it look like? Pregnant lady, man on throne. There. Oh, it's the sun. Ooh! Seriously, we've never had this card out until now. Litha. That's what it says, apparently. Litha. Can I see it now? On the longest day of the year. Well, that's not now. The god, in the form of the Oak King, is in his full power. Divine masculine in his full power. Pagans celebrate his glory in the promise of abundance of the pregnant goddess. Although the goddess is, as always, important, this holiday focuses on the sun and consequently on the god. The first fruits of summer are ripening. The atmosphere is languid but expectant. People enjoy the sweetness of nature, a foreshadowing of the rich abundance to come. Litha, as well as the sun card, are both relatively simple. In both, there's a sense that everything is pleasant and sweet. The sun is warm, fruit is sweet, and no one's in a rush. Everyday moments are dripping with pleasure. There is a feeling of success and accomplishment. There's a feeling of success and accomplishment without stress or strife. Proofreader, like seriously, you people, Barbara Moore, you need a proofreader. There's a feeling. Oh, I read that already. Even a strong man in his prime, full of potential and plans, finds the time to pet a bunny Because after his holiday, the days begin to shorten. There's the tiniest hint of melancholy, as the god will face his certain death and the goddess will withdraw to the underworld. It's a time of pleasant success, enjoyment of everyday life, happily reaping the first fruits of your efforts. Now, I'm getting from this is about the divine masculine. Well, I'm kind of getting what it said there, but this is about the divine masculine. It's time to shine. So there's something about this year having been a preparation for the divine masculine to shine. For happy days because of it. And that's probably why the divine feminine has been told, don't do it for them. Don't be codependent. Don't do it for them. Stop it. Don't do it. Don't enable them. You know, all of those messages that we've been getting. The rite of passage. The divine masculine needing to step up and do it themselves. And take action and actually prepare themselves properly. Yes. To be worthy of what's to come, these good times. Absolutely. So the divine feminine has been there as the Empress energy. Come on, Emperor. Sort yourself out. Step up. I'm not doing it for you this time. If it's not you, it's someone else. But someone's got to come at me right. He knows it. The divine masculines know it. The divine ones, anyway. If someone's been pestering you or whatever, that's not the divine one. Because this is a masculine that knows what he needs to do. He knows what rite of passage is reeled it back. He's been doing the work too, so he knows. Ooh. Let's do some mini reads. Let's have an interlude. What have we got? We've got Arabella first. Arabella, will my relationship move forward to a commitment? A new begging, new beginning, or fade out? We love each other, but can't get out of my own way. Neither can he. Okay. Will your relationship move forward to a commitment, Arabella? Will it? Yes. Tell us about that for Arabella. Strength and courage in this moment. Teaching you both to be strong, okay? Getting out of your own ways. Teaching you how to be strong and be in the moment. You've certainly got what each other needs to kind of show each other what you're doing so that you can learn from it, for sure. Yeah, open up to it. I mean, this is the relationship with the clues. Like you said in your question, I can't get out of my own way, neither can he. Well, then you're both on the same page, and also no wonder you're together. And delve into that, where you can't get out of your own ways. Soften and open to this connection, because there's so much to learn in it. Be committed to that. That's a hard work and loneliness for you, Natalie. Achieved lots from a messy divorce. Family situation. Yeah, I think there's been a lot of divorce around. I did. I saw it. Julia, spiritual guidance for you. Natalie first. Natalie. Love Life reading for 2022. Thanks for your donation. What's in love? 2022. Well, it's going to be overwhelming, but you're going to have to be willing to go there. It's going to ask a lot of you, your love life. You're going to have to be willing to go there. So definitely do go there. Include yourself. It's going to be a good year for you, but with that overwhelming card, it's not going to be easy. And you're going to have to be willing to get in there and do that gnarly work and learn and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's not a bed of roses, that's for sure, but a real year of progression in your love life. You learning about yourself and really becoming more of who you are and who you're meant to be. And your love life is going to help with all of that. You need to be willing. Julia, spiritual guidance. Hello, Julia. Take the risk, you're innocent. You can. You're holding yourself back from here, Julia. It's like, no, I couldn't possibly do that because they don't want me to do that. Or, oh man, these ants. Go away. This has got the energy of, well, I would love to have this in my life, but I can't have it anymore because of this thing that I did, or I'm too old, or that ship has passed. It's got that kind of an energy behind this. And Julia, this is saying, no, that ship hasn't passed. You can do it. Yes, it's going to require a risk, but don't use those excuses that you've got to stop yourself from taking those risks and choosing what it is that you want. So you're holding yourself back from something that you want because you think that ship has passed and it hasn't. You're not dead yet. So that means the ship hasn't passed. We can do anything we want at any age that we want. I'm not sure whether it's an age thing or whether it's I made my bed, I need to lie in it kind of an energy. It could be that too. Anyway, you're innocent. You need to know you're innocent and you can get what you want in life, even now. You just need to make that decision. So you're making some kind of an excuse not to follow your heart, not to follow your dreams. But what's really behind that excuse is that you're a little bit scared of making that decision and doing it. Why? Well, you're going to trigger other people when you do that. People aren't going to be on your side. They're not going to say, yeah, go you. Some people might, but very few. Scared of rocking the boat, scared of putting yourself out there, taking a risk, maybe it failing, living life, scared of living life like that, making some changes, making a firm decision, and then taking the consequences of that, the good and the bad. Not really bad, negative responses from other people, and the lessons along the way as well. So, decision time. And it's something that you do want, but you've not been allowing yourself to choose it. So do that. Gabe, hello. Weekend vibes for Gabe. Weekend vibes. Celebrations. Clear within. Clear within, one step at a time. Letting go of stuff one step at a time. You might be putting yourself in a situation that you've experienced before, and then you're like, oh, I did this again. Oh, what am I saying? When you've got a particularly toxic member of your family and you saw them like around your birthday or something like that, and they were toxic, and you're like, oh God, I'm not going to do that again. You draw up your boundaries and all of that, and then you're like, oh, it's Christmas, New Year, I'll go see them again. And you do, and then you're like, oh, as soon as you're in it, it's a toxic situation again, and you're like, damn. That's this energy. This is the one step at a time, slowly clearing things. And yes, we trip up and we get back in it again just to reinforce it. This is like, don't beat yourself up for doing it again. It's just a step-by-step process. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need a reminder. It's like my dream, a reminder of my exes and how draining they were to me. We hear then, Gabe, when I was talking about that, I had a dream that all of my significant exes, the long-termers, showed up at once, and I had to make a decision. It was like some kind of a universal game show. I had to make a decision and choose one of them, which one I wanted to be with. And of course, I didn't want to be with any of them. But the whole experience of having them all there, and they were all like needing direction, and they were all like needy and wanting me to do stuff for them. All of them at once, not even, like, they were draining enough when I was just with one at a time. But with all of them now, it was like, oh, hell no, what was I doing? Sometimes we go through stuff again. We put ourselves there again just to really cement it in. This could be the energy of an ex coming back as well, just to show you how much you've grown and you're a hell no to the situation. So you can clear it and fully move away from it. Something's coming back in. Something's coming back in for you this weekend, and you're like, oh, hell, not this again. Reminding you of a boundary. From where you're at now, you can see that the boundary is needed more than ever. It's your weekend. Woo, sounds like fun. Oh my God, that ant is annoying me. Did I manage to get it? I think I managed to knock it off the bed. Okay, I think I've done you all now. I'll do another round of them, but let's do the tarot. I'll do another round of them, so have them all pouring in. And then after the next round is when I'm finishing this live. So the Tarot of the Miserable Ladies. Temperance. The wait. Yes, there's been a lot of waiting. There's been a lot of temperance going on here. So why have we been waiting? Because important decisions, because we've needed to learn balance. We've needed to learn things along the way. Because the universe says, are you sure that you want that? You're like, you're really, really sure? Are you sure that you've got what it takes? Are you sure you're really ready? Are you sure you're really healed enough yet? Are you sure you're asking for the right thing? Are you sure that you're balanced enough to use your will and your power where you need to, and to go with the flow when it's the universe's place? Are you sure you've got what it takes? Are you sure you're ready? That's what the waiting has been all about. What else? I forgot to buy flowers yesterday, so I had to nick these out of the garden by the pool. 7 of Wands. Tending to it now. 7 of Wands. There's a teaching moment in this, I don't know. Even if we're not feeling perfectly confident inside, we can, like this woman, draw on the energy of the universe to help bolster us up a bit. The universe has unlimited energy, so all we need to do is hold tight to our courage and ask for that boost to get us through. Having strength to stand up for yourself and your ideas. So it's been making it stronger. We've already had that. It's been making us stronger. Strength card out twice. Stronger in our convictions. Three of Swords, heartbreak. Oh. And King of Pentacles, stability. Heartbreak and stability. Heartbreak, those two coming out like that together, I think whatever's been breaking our hearts this year has been for the greater good kind of thing, for your greater good, for your stability. Where is it? 3 of Swords. Sometimes communication is painfully clear. There's no pretending the truth is anything but what it is. It cuts, it hurts, and you don't have to pretend it doesn't. So things have been revealed to us, and we've had to face it as it is. It's like the red flags and the things. There's no more fooling ourselves anymore. No more wishful thinking. No more wishful thinking. King of Pentacles, our stability. Where are the Pentacles? Where are the Court cards? Here they are. King of Pentacles shares the delights and wonders of the physical generously with others. or tries to buy people's affections or obedience by controlling. Controlling resources. It's been a year to find our stability and to really face up to things and as it is, to see things clearly as it is, to stop fooling ourselves. I mean, I think that's what a lot of the readings have been about, is to face reality and to stop that wishful thinking or that deluded thinking that things are great when they're not, or that we actually want something when we don't, or or that someone's good and when they're not. I mean, there's been a lot of that someone's good when they're not. Oh, I saw something yesterday and it made me feel something. It was some kind of a spiritual, I don't know where I saw it, but it was some kind of a spiritual teaching. You know that one that says there's always a point of connection between us and people. And if you've got like a problem with someone, you're just not looking in the right place for that point of connection. And when I kind of saw that again, and I thought, damn you, I took that way too seriously, and when I was around abusive people, toxic people, when I believed that stuff, I'm like, I'm just not looking in the right place. I'm just not seeing what our connection is. What a waste of energy to keep myself in toxic situations. Sometimes it just is what it is. Sometimes it just is what it is, right? There's no changing other people. There's no sorting that out. You can be positive and look for the connection all you like. It's not going to change. It's still going to be toxic. They're still going to be toxic. They're still going to be abusive. They're still going to be narcissistic. You can't change those other people. So this year has been a lot about that. The Knave of Swords. What an interesting card. She's got a picture of someone on a kite. What's that? The Knave of Swords. It's like setting someone free. The Knave is the Page. The Page of Swords expert. I've got to look at the pictures all the time because they put different, they call it one thing on the card and they call it another thing in the book. The Page of Swords experiments with ideas, thoughts, systems, and philosophies. Experiments with ideas, thoughts, systems, and philosophies. The reverse is suspicious, prone to gossip, and sometimes untruthful. Manipulation, huh? But being open to thinking something new, to change, to changing it up. New ways of looking at things, of new ways of dealing with things. Why not put someone's picture on a kite and fly it and see if that releases them? Oh no, it's not a picture of someone, it's a picture of that fairy. Oh, she's summoning a fairy by putting a picture of a fairy on a kite, and then the fairy shows up. I think that's what she's doing. So she's just trying something new out, trying a new way of being. So, keep on doing what you did, you're going to keep on getting what you got. This year has been about trying something new. And the Hierophant. Spiritual lessons. Spiritual lessons, but also about doing things by the book. Getting back to it. Oh, the other thing, the Hierophant is the guru kind of thing. And I think it's been a year of uncovering the false gurus and the bullshit teachings that are actually toxic and keep us in toxic situations. It's been about letting go and seeing clearly through all of that, seeing it as it is. There's been a lot of that this year, and I think there's going to be even more of that to come as well. I think hopefully we're going to see a point where religion is thrown out completely, that we know better than that. Yeah, there's been a lot of that this year. I like that. A more grounded spirituality that serves us in this life right now, not some like promise of some afterlife bullshit or enlightenment, or no, stuff that helps us out right now, right here where we are in our experience. Fancy that. And it doesn't hinder us or make it worse, like teachings like, you're just not looking for that point of connection, because there's a point of connection if you just love them enough, because it's just a cry for help, and if you just love them enough, then they won't do that. And the law of attraction, oh, it's in you, you've created it. If you change it in yourself, it won't happen outside of you anymore. All that bullshit that has us in continuing in toxic situations, trying to change those ones that are really messed up, instead of just using our power and getting the hell away from them and making a nice life for ourselves now. Thus being the aligned ball bearing that's lubricated, that is stopping being part of the problem, so that the wheels of the universe, the cogs of the universe can turn smoothly, so that the universe can use us. How many times have I said that throughout the year too? The universe just can't work with us when we're doing this and when we're doing that. If we're enabling, if we're codependent, the universe can't work with us because we're giving false feedback to people, because we're not going to tell the actual truth of it, because it's manipulation. That's come up a lot this year, so it's been about that. Interesting. What else? What else has this year been about? Any ideas for pick a card reads for 2022? I mean, like I did that pick a card read. You've probably all seen it by now. What's your new chapter in 2022? I want to do more 2022 readings. It's really hard to say. Like that. What else would you like to know? What's your new chapter? What are the other questions that I can do for 2022? Because I want the pick of cards to be useful to you. What are the questions that you'd ask for your 2022, and I'll make them into pick a card reads. We've got the Queen of Cups. It's been about receiving. What are you open to? What are you not open to? What have you been receiving? What have you been willing to receive? What have you been willing to put up with? What have you been tolerating? What do you really want to open up to? What will really make you feel good? Ace of Cups. Nine of Cups. What will fulfill your wishes? Your wishes. Yeah, it has. It's been about the feminine getting out of the subservient kind of I'll make everyone else happy thing, and start focusing on our wishes and what we want. Very important. How can we change the world if we're not focused on what we want? That's how we change the world. Focus on what we want and the changes that we want. Do it for ourselves first, and then let that energy of the well-greased smooth ball bearing that we are, when we're in that, bring about change. Boundaries to help us receive it. The Empress. Oh, it's been the year of the Empress. Absolutely. Absolutely. What doors are opening? That's a good one. What doors are opening? Where is my thingy? What doors are opening? Oh my God, my handwriting is terrible. Can't see it. That's a good thing. My brain works faster than my fingers. Yeah, it's been the year of the Empress. was holding that, being firm in that. That energy, the Empress energy, I know what I deserve. I'm doing it in my life. I'm holding that energy. I ain't letting anyone in that isn't coming up to that level anymore. Holding that energy. It's been the year of the Empress. And then, where did we have him? Here. The Sun, the Divine Masculine. Then he has to step up, those ones that are divine. Not the usual schmucks. Those that are divine are stepping up and they're doing the rite of passage. Like my guide said, those twin flames, those toxic ones, no, it's not it. They're not divine. Ones that are doing the right thing, they know they have to step up because of the Empress energy. They're just like, oh my God, we've got an Empress here. I've got to do the right thing. Mine seems to be, but we'll see. We'll see. One more. What else has 2021 been about? Anyone else want a mini read? Oh, the Queen of Wands. Nice. Get them in now because I'm going to be finishing soon if you want a mini read. Who's going to have the last mini read of the year? Queen of Wands. Why has it been about the Queen of the Wands? Us taking action? Oh, and there's a beauty in it. Yeah, the Queen of Wands, there's a beauty in her. It's been the year of makeup, learning makeup for me. Skincare. What needs to be released? Good one. What needs to go? Good one. Thank you, guys. Queen of Wands. It's important that you acknowledge, oh, we've got the Empress and we've got the Queens here. It's important that you acknowledge your limitless potential. You're capable of accomplishing anything you wish if you put your mind to the task. Maintaining a positive mindset attracts an abundance of light into your life. This is the first step in manifesting your dreams. That just reminded me too. It's, did I mention when I was paying off my debts and building up my my savings, how I did it was by putting aside half of everything that came in, diligently doing that. And then I started upgrading much more when I was doing the whole hair care, skincare, just those upgrade things. I think it started with cards and then, yeah, but I kind of stopped my focus on that. Anyway, I realized a couple of weeks ago, and I started doing it again, and it makes all the difference. My savings are like building up again. And it's like, yes, like not that they went down, they started going down a little bit. I was dipping into them a little bit too much. I'm like, no, get back on track. It really works. So there could have been about that. It could have been about getting on the abundance path. First step of manifesting your dreams. Being generous, properly. Yeah. She's an extremely generous person who's both strong-willed and fierce in the convictions. So she's not just giving willy-nilly to everybody, right? She's doing it in the right places, the right people, healthy ways for her. These will attract others to them through their passionate and charming personalities, and they're very aware of their strengths and intelligence. The Queen of Wands is also extremely independent and outgoing. They're able to adapt well in almost any social setting or environment to make others feel warm and welcome. An honest, kind-hearted person who radiates beauty. I've been doing that too. Becoming that person. That queen. A lot of queen energies here. Arabella, what do you need to release? Hang on. I want to get some more cards out first. I thought I'd bring these out as well. I start using these in the love readings. This is the, I don't know what deck it is. But these are the ones that I use sometimes if I remember to pick them up in pick a card reads that what their heart wants to tell you. And I thought I'd have them out because there's space for another deck here. I want these. I want some kind of a love. What's 2021 been for our love lives? I'm asking that question now. What has it been for our love lives? It's been kind of like get back on track to what it is you actually want and hold out for it. That's what it's been for me. Transformation, yeah. Totally. Like go for what it is that you want now and stop all the other bullshit. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. But yeah, it's been about a transformation of our love lives. Oh look, see, I've got 2 marks on my nose. The other one you can't see as much. Between training and coming home last night, that happened. So I was on my bike, and the only thing that I can think, I was wearing my glasses, and the only thing I can think was a fly flew into my face, and it was kind of buzzing around near I don't know what it was. It was just kind of blurry because it was too close. Well, something was there, and I had to kind of flick it away and then like lift my glasses up and flick it away as I was riding home. Anyway, I get home and I've got 2 big dark marks on my nose, like someone's punched me in the nose, like proper dark pinpoint bruise kind of things. I didn't feel a bite or anything like that. It was the weirdest thing. Looking in the mirror, and it's like I incurred damage on the way home. And that's the only thing I can think of is, like, no one punched me in the face, and I didn't fall off my bike, and I didn't bump, walk into a door or something like that. Fly. So it's been about relationship transformation. Not so much about relationship transformation, but about us transforming in ourselves, ready for the actual kind of relationship that we want. Changing how we've been going about things. So been that for me. It's so been that for me. I mean, I haven't seen him yet, but finally let my ex go, completely realised I can't be friends with him. I'm just not doing that again. It's just heavy, and just do stuff for him all the time, and it's not really doing it for me, and I'm his friend, and he's not my friend, I got sick and messaged him, he didn't even look at it. But if I went around there, he'd be telling me all his problems. It's just the way it is. It's a one-sided relationship like that. He never messages me, never calls me, never comes to see me, but gets butthurt when I don't do the same for him. It's just one-sided, so I'm not doing it anymore. This has been about passion. Are you sure? No, it hasn't. Liar. This year hasn't been about... These aren't mosquito bites. It's not a bite. It's like a bruise. It's like a bruise. Or it could be like a little burn or something like that if it's one of those flies that pees on you. Or, just drop some poison. We have a lot of those around here. Burny ones. I got something on my leg from the other night. I don't know. Last weekend. I had these jeans on when I went out, and it's right on the back of my leg up top. So it didn't happen when I was out. I think a bug has got into my bed and done something like that. It's a weird mark. But we have, acid flies here. Great. It could have just been that, and as I was flicking it away, it's dropped some acid on me. Great. I don't believe this card. It hasn't been about passion at all. Has it been about passion for anybody? I don't believe that. If you say that it has for you, I don't believe you. Withholding passion, maybe. Caution passion. Caution. It's been about caution, yeah, I would say, yeah. Self-worth and romance. Self-worth. Let's type self-worth. Okay. So maybe it's been about not following our passion. Doing the self-worth thing instead. Being cautioned about our passion and our having caution with our attraction patterns and stuff like that. Getting like wise about it, I think it has been about that. What else? What else has this year been about for us all? Adventure. Wanting a new adventure. Doing things differently. Letting go, yes. Letting go of old ways for sure. And also about openness, opening up to something new. So it's been a definite ending of the ways that we've been doing stuff in our love lives, is what this is saying. So that it transforms so that we can be ready for what we've actually been asking for. That's why we've been waiting. There we have it. Damn you, ant. Got back on my desk again. Oh, I need to delete you, Deepak Chopra. I get so many junk emails. I just don't have time for Deepak Chopra anymore. Please unsubscribe me. There we go. Do it right now. Julia. Julia is a nice name. Congratulations on your name. Congratulations on your name. Arabella, what do you need to release? Thanks for your donation. Oh, Maria, what we need to learn. Okay. Lessons for 2022. Lessons. It's gnarly. Not a lot of people want to watch that kind of stuff, you know. I'm better like putting that kind of stuff in the readings, but not calling it that. People won't watch that, Maria. People won't watch that. Put something nice, like, how do they feel about you? And then the lessons get put in there. That's how I do it. People don't, you've got to, like, yeah. I ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work, sorry. It's like, yeah. What's the new chapter? And then the lessons. Yeah, the lessons is just stuff that I put in there. In the other readings. You've got to think about what people might want to hear about. I get it. I get it that you guys want to know about things like that, but really, it doesn't make for entertaining. You see, what I do here, you might have not realized, what I do here is it's an entertainment channel, but I try and use it as a means to get good information out there. I do realize that there's a lot of tarot channels or it's just tarot, and there's not a lot of good guidance in there. I try and get the guidance that you need, because a lot of people won't, as you say, like they won't look for what are the lessons in this. They won't look for the therapy. They don't watch that kind of thing. They watch tarot instead. So how do we reach those people that are doing the tarot, which tend to be people that are just expecting their life just to get better, some good juju, you know, some fate to kick in and for life to get better? How do we actually help them to get better? By giving them the good advice, but putting it in tarot in this entertainment form. And so that's what I do. That's what I do. Anyway, back to Arabella. What do you need to release? It says write it down, whatever it is. Respect and value yourself. However you're not respecting and valuing yourself. Whew, how do you do that? I mean, how do you even get to that point of realizing? You know how I was talking about the Empress energy, and this year has been about that. You could look at everything and everyone in your life. You could maybe like look back over the year and ask yourself, was I being the Empress in that moment? What about that moment wasn't me in my Empress energy, me being the Queen, me being highly honored, me respecting and valuing myself to a very, very high level? It says to write it down, journal about it. If you write it down, help you to figure out what it is to release. The specifics, the specifics about it. Yeah, but it's about the ways that you haven't been respecting and valuing yourself, putting up with stuff, tolerating stuff, things like that. Warmth and include. It closes your heart down when you do stuff like that. So we think that we're doing an open-hearted thing, right? By being nice to people or helping them out and stuff like that. And what we don't realize is when it is not for the greater good, when it has that universe isn't on board with us doing that kind of an element, if it's codependent or if it's enabling or anything like that, then it actually has the opposite effect. It closes our heart down because we get jaded by it. We get the negative effects of it. It's that kind of an energy like, well, I'm not doing that for them again. I'm not helping them again kind of thing. You do something and it's like, well, that, it backfires, isn't it? Backfire. And that is always when it's an enabling thing, when we, it's like giving someone advice when they haven't even asked for it. That is always going to backfire. It's stuff like that. We know when it's closing our heart down because we feel resentful about it, or we feel like, oh, I'm not going to do that again, or we feel a certain way. So there's something there, because this is saying there's something that you're doing that you're thinking is open-hearted, but you're getting the feedback over and over again that it's closing your heart down, and so that means it's not being open-hearted. And this isn't saying, and we'll just do it better and try and ignore the feelings that you get after it. It's saying, the feelings are saying that that's not in an alignment. Gabe, what do we need to release? Yeah, I've got that one already. What needs to go? What doors are opening? What needs to go? I'll have to do one about love life, won't I, as well? Julia. Love life guidance. Oh, you've got to get rid of overthinking, do you? Ooh, love life guidance. Is it true? And go for it. Okay. Now, if you've got your eye on someone, Julia, something you want in your love life, or you got your eye on someone, we've all got this fear of rejection, right? And so we don't want to approach someone unless we've kind of given the go-ahead to do that, because we fear rejection. And this is saying, why are you fearing rejection? It's almost like you've already been given the go-ahead. You've already been given that information. In other words, you know that someone likes you, so why not go for it? That's that kind of an energy. Because your head says, but what if they don't? What if I'm getting it wrong? What if I'm reading the signals wrong? What if I'm, and all of that stuff. There's only so much confirmation that people in the universe can give before you need to go for it. So, I don't know, this is either happening already, or you might just need to be a little bit braver in your love life and go for it. And it reminds me, a friend, this is years ago, before I even moved to Australia, a friend, really, ants on the flowers now. She really liked this guy. They were spending a lot of time together. He obviously liked her as well. And she's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. To me and all my friends. And our group of friends. And I said, have you tried kissing him? She's like, oh, I couldn't possibly do that. Everyone else was laughing. And I'm like, but seriously, you like each other and it's obvious. Just kiss him. Kind of got the same advice, and you go for it. I won't take that advice. I'm not. I know he likes me, but he's got to do this stuff. He's got to step up. Judgment separates and forgives self. Oh, so it's about past stuff. That's why you're not judging yourself for when you have taken the first step. Maybe it could be about that. Made the first move. It's like, I'll never do that again because that backfired on me. Could be about that. And oh my God, you gotta go. I just flicked it 2 meters over there, and it's still, oh, it's running back. No. Yeah, you need to forgive yourself for the past stuff. So there's something you're holding back from here, and it's because of past stuff. It could just be that. Like I told myself this story years ago that like a guy has got to step forward, and I do kind of still believe it, but I was really adamant about it. It's like, oh, I've been choosing the man, and that's caused me. This was my deduction at the time. That's caused me to bring in men that aren't strong enough for me. It wasn't really that was happening. I know that now, but I deduced that from it. So the next guy, he needs to ask me out, and thus proving that he's strong enough for me. It wasn't really true. It wasn't really true. So it could be something like that. A false deduction that we make, that you've made. Still the 30th. No, it's not. It's 31st. There's not many hours left this year. The relationship's been complicated. Yeah, it seems like it. You might be taking too much weight there in the relationship, Julia. You might just be doing that. You might be taking too much responsibility for it. Yes, and like do make sure that other people are making the effort. I mean, otherwise it's not a relationship, it's a dictatorship. You know, relationships are two people making the effort, wanting to build something. We always need to make sure that the other person is doing that. Otherwise, it's more like a parent-child, teacher-student, therapist-client relationship. That could be what it's been saying. So, there we go. That's it for the year. That's what our year's been about in a nutshell. But it's a catalyst for the things to come. 2022, here we come. Let's do it. I think it's going to be about a year for me because I've certainly dug my heels in. I've not been prepared this year to tolerate what I used to tolerate before. I've said great big no's to all kinds of things, and I've stuck by it. I haven't caved in this year. And it got off to a little bit of a rocky start. I say until my 50th birthday, I was still a bit like, no, I'll cave into it every now and then. And then I'm like, no. I've got really firm boundaries now, and I've not gone back on that since my birthday. And I won't. And it does seem to be unfolding now. I'm in that energy of better things. Apart from this, that's been to top my year off, get punched in the nose by a fly. So there we go. That's it. That's where I'll leave you all. Have an excellent weekend. Have a happy new year. I hope you celebrate and have a good time. Check out my pick a card read later on today. It'll be out a little bit earlier than usual because I need to do that because I'm busy this evening. I'll be getting ready and I'll be, going out and stuff. Because this might be the last time we get to go out for some time. That's what I'll be doing. So check that out. That'll be a pick a card read of what to expect in the next 7 days. And I hope your celebrations go really well and you have a really good time. Thank you for all of your support of my channel over the year and your ongoing support, of course. Join us in our Facebook group. Keep in touch. I'll give you a link to it right now. It's there. Join our Facebook group. Stay in touch with us. And let's do this all over again on Monday next year. Which is Monday the 3rd. Oh, it's one of the new moons. So it'll be a new moon 2022, new year. A new moon, new year. Psychic Cafe on Monday. Happy New Year. and I'll see you then. Bye. 144.44. Wow.